Right, so I don't think that Hankinson and Womersley, or Wormsley, if you want to call him Wormsley or Womersley, right, like this at all, right? But this is, right, fact and law, in my opinion, right? And this is my claim, right? Firstly, right, at the moment, in this current trend, right, we'll call it a trend, right? People, right, live their life and then do jobs and things, right? And then when they get to like 50, 60, 70 years old, right, if they've done something good, right, they might get a honour or reward, right? Like Patrick Stewart, right? Sir, right? But that's after, right? After they've done something, right? Then they get the knighthood in the retirement, right? They might do a little bit of something in the retirement, like Elton John or something, right? Writing a few more songs, but they've got it for what they've done in their life, right? Now, if you get knighted here and give them powers, right, and authority, right, it's no good when you've already done it, right? Now, the thing with Baden-Powell and the Scouts is that when you're younger, when you're like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old, and then Scouts, right? Baden-Powell invented this, and this isn't that old in history, right? Because it was only 1907 or whenever, right? And Baden-Powell had 5 distinctive knighthoods, right? He created the Scouts. Now, he could have just created an adventure club, right? He could have just created an adventure club and, called it John's Adventure Club, right? Where kids learn to do activities and adventures, right? And even skills, right? It didn't have to have anything to do with the king, right? Or the government. It could have just been John's Scout Club, right? Or John's, Happy Days, right? It could have been anything, right? But it's designed with an oath, and not just any oath like a juror, right? A juror's oath. I swear by Almighty God that I will tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, but help me God. That's not an oath of supremacy, right? It's not an oath to service and duty of God or the king, right? The whole point of it is it's got a charter under the Privy Council, right? Now, they've extended the time that people are in it now up till about 25, right? To do networking overseas with other different scout groups around the world, right? But the whole point of scouting is to learn things and learn skills. While you're learning those skills, right, you are helping people because you've got to put it to practice. It's like apprenticeship, right? On an apprenticeship, you learn skills and put them to practice, right? But the point of it, right, is to gain the skills, right? So when you've finished here, right, or wherever, you've got the skills, right? And you're not getting them just for you, right? So your arm is full of badges, right? You're not getting them for you, right? Oh, didn't he do well, right? You got sworn in at the start, right? And then you have a great time doing loads of charity work and getting loads of awards. And this is where you've got Carl Hankinson and Ian Womersley, right? Who are volunteer leaders, right? And they think that is all what the point of it is, right? Now, when you finished, Baden-Powell, the whole point was that he wanted scouts to help people, right? So they're of some use to society, Now, when you've got all the skills here, right, you are of use to society. And if anyone in the public, right, needs help, you're skilled to help them, right? Now, you might be able to, fix a car engine, or, climb up a cliff or down a cliff, or do first aid, or whatever it is, right? But Hankinson and Womersley, I think, are caught in their own bubble of this. And all the achievements and all the awards and all the ceremonies and all the lining up, right? It's not the army, right? It's not the army. It's actually a form of college, school, apprenticeship training, right? For the finished product. Because then you can actually do something. Or else you're handicapped. Now, this is the thing, right? What they're not going to like, right? And this is the part, because once you've left the Scouts, right, and you're past the age and you're trained, you can help anyone you want with the skills, right? Now, this is the part that I don't think Hankinson and Womersley are going to like, this part, right? And that is that some things you need to help people with, right, might be the law, legal things, right? Now, if I'm trained to fix a car engine, I use a spanner, right? If I need to save someone who's gone down a cliff, right, I've got the skills to do it in life, right? Then I know how to use equipment where I find it, if there's any around, right? Now, if I need to help someone with the law, I use law, right? But what have I got? What is the point of the skills and abilities, right? Well, the whole point of being a scout is that you're sworn in as well. And you've got the law to use because there's a charter, right? Now, I don't think Baden-Powell created the charter and intended it only for the training and learning of scouts, right? For their own training and learning jurisdiction. The jurisdiction is for the sworn in individual, right? The charter. So it's another tool for a complete scout after he's left, right? Not just for adventuring and other activities when they're going about making scouts, right? And this is what I don't think Womersley and Hankinson like, this part, right? Because when I now, right, I'm in life doing stuff and I need to help people, not climbing up cliffs or first aid with the law, right? I am fully complete, right? And I need my tools to do that, which is my authority under the Scout Charter, because that is part of what makes me a scout, not just knowing how to do first aid, right? And now, Womersley, when I'm issuing legal documents to help, right, people, Womersley's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Right? This is it. He thinks that his charter is only there, right, for Scout Camp College and their enjoyment and entertainment purposes, and they're having a blast of a time, right? Not out in the field, actually doing stuff, not for badges, not for rewards, there to show that you can do something, that you've learned how to do it. I learned how to write law when I draft the document, when I write it, when I use the authority. That's when I know how to do it. And this is the thing that Womersley can't get his head around.